Hello everyone and welcome. Today we are making a simple and easy chana masala. So I have a cup of chana here. It's soaked about 5 hours, or you can also soak it overnight if you are cooking it in the morning, or maybe 3 to 5 hours should be ideal. And first, what we are gonna do is I will be cooking the chana. So let's transfer the chana to the cooker. So I have added the whole chana to the cooker. Now I'll be adding some salt. Uh, a little bit, maybe like a half a teaspoon should be fine, because we'll be adding more salt in which ways afterwards when we are making the curry. And this is optional, so I have some cloves and cardamom here. This actually gives a nice aroma to the curry. Some people don't prefer it in the curry, so you can even tie it in a small bag and leave it there while it's cooking, or you can add it like this and you can remove while you're having the curry. So I'm just adding it this way. I just only took 4 of each because I don't want a very strong flavor of it. So if you like more, you can add more, or you can totally skip this one. And now let me close the lid, and I'll be leaving it in about medium to high flame at first, and once it's all hot and warm, then I'll be changing it to a medium to low. And we can keep it till one up to 2 whistles, and that would be perfect time, and all the chana would be cooked by that time. Okay, so let's wait until the chana cooks. So our chickpeas are cooked here. It was done 2 whistles already. So I switched off the stove and let it sit there till the heat releases, so that we can open up the lid. So in the meantime, let's start preparing the gravy. So let me show you guys the ingredients that we need. So I have about a one big size onion here. You can use any onion, red, yellow, white, or anything that you have. So I'm using white onion today. And I have about 2 garlic cloves, which is finely grated. And there is about the same size of ginger. This is also finely grated. You can also make it into a paste and add that, whichever you prefer. And this is about 2 small green chilies. It's optional because we are making it a curry anyways. We are going to add chili powder. So if you have some chilies, green chilies, you can add that. And I have also chopped up one tomato here. We have salt, we have oil, any oil as usual, and chili powder, some turmeric, fennel seeds, coriander powder, and also garam masala. Now let's start prepping our gravy. So let me switch on the stove, and let's start with some oil. We don't need a lot, maybe like a teaspoon would be good enough, because I'm using a ceramic or kind of non-stick kind of pot. So based on what kind of pot you're using, you can add more oil accordingly. So let this heat up, and once it is heated up, we can add the fennel seeds. Now that the oil is heated, we can add fennel seeds. I am adding about half a teaspoon of fennel seeds. Let the seeds heat up. Once it's nice and heated, let's add in the onions first. Now let's saute the onions for a while, and let's make it little tender. Now our onions are getting nicely cooked, and it's starting to become tender. So now we can add the ginger and garlic, which is grated, into the mix. We can add in the chilies too at this time. Let's give it all a good mix. If you want more oil, you can add at this stage. If it's non-stick pan, I think you guys will be probably fine. Now let's cook it till it becomes nice and slightly brownish and cooked thoroughly. Now the onions, ginger and garlic has become started to turn little brownish. So now it's all ready, and we can start adding in the spices at this time. So while adding spices, keep the flame to a very low, because we want the raw taste of the spices to go, but be careful at this stage, the spices can burn quickly, so keep the flame very low. Let's add in turmeric first. So I'm adding about half a teaspoon of turmeric. And now chili powder. Since we added 2 chilies, I am not adding much chili powder. I'll be adding only 1 teaspoon. So if you guys like it more spicy, you can add a little more, but I like mine less spicy. And now we can add some coriander. So I added 1 teaspoon of chili powder. I'll be adding about 2 teaspoons of coriander powder. And now let's mix it all up together and let it get heated up, and let the spices lose its raw taste. You will start to get slight aroma at this time of the spices. That's when you know it's nicely cooked and all the raw taste has gone. And now we can add the chopped up tomatoes that I had at this time. So once we add the tomatoes, actually the tomatoes will start to release a little bit of water. Now we don't have to worry much that the spices will burn or anything. Now I'm adding a little bit of salt. At this time we have added some salt to the chana itself before, so I'll be adding a little bit for the onions now, and we'll mix it all up together, and we'll check how much it is, or if we want more salt later. And now I'll add some garam masala. So I'll be adding about 1.5 teaspoon of garam masala, and give that also a good mix. It's all nice and cooked, and now we can add some water to the gravy. Now let it sit for a while, and we can go ahead and let's open the cooker and see how it is. Let's check on our chickpeas. Okay, it is all nice and cooked, nicely done, and it's very soft. Now it is our gravy is also boiling here. Now we can add the chickpeas to the gravy. Let's give it all a good mix. It's looking very nice. Now let's leave it closed and let it boil for maybe 2 to 3 minutes, and we'll check the salt at that time. It's been a nice couple of minutes. Now let's check how the curry is. Oh, it all looks very good. And let's taste the gravy to see if we need to add more salt. Seems like we can add a little more salt, not a lot, like maybe a little more drizzle of salt. So now our chickpea curry is ready. Now we can switch off the stove. Also, if you have curry leaves or cilantro leaves, you can add it on top and leave it closed after you switch off the stove. If not, it's not a big thing, you can always skip that step. So my chickpea curry is ready. So this will nicely go with rice, any kind of flat bread or roti or anything. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video.